I forgot my dice tray.
Oh, no.
One more time. I'll be right back. This is the last time, I think. Uh,
Now, I wasn't sure if I'd like a Sazerac or not because they rinse the glass and absinthe for those.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
And that's got that licorice taste to it, and I'm normally not a big fan of licorice. But it's light enough; it actually works pretty well on it.
I will
Okay.
make a call to CM Games at some point and figure out if I need to have a reservation or not.
the other thing I've done in the past is like libraries. I'll usually have like private rooms too. They're typically free.
Okay.
I played libraries before. That's where like a lot of organized play, like D&D. What's it called? Adventurers League.
Yeah.
A lot of Adventurers League games are held at like libraries. Those can be fun, or not fun, or good places.
Okay. Well.
Y'all have Firefly up there? Game store?
Mm-mm.
No.
Never mind.
All right, let's roll some D6s.
Oh, thank God. 11. I forget pretty much everything that happened last week.
A 10.
Oh, that's me.
Hmm.
Oh, let's see.
A lot happened, I will say.
If I remember right, we picked up with the scientists. We chatted with them, got some more information. This stuff's extra bad stuff, and there's the little core cluster things that things get real fucking crazy around. They could have potentially formulated a vaccine and possibly even a cure if we got them the right stuff, but seems way too dangerous in our opinion. So we're just doing our job of reporting, but we had to get fuel to the ship. So we spent a lot of time walking around the outside of the other ship and going in places for us to reroute the fuel. So 428 did a lot of laser cutting, a lot of moving fuel around while we shot random things. And then on our way back to the ship, we met up with some other survivors on the ship. And one of them, then we got attacked by another one of the mushroom people. And one of them got. No, they didn't get bitten by the mushroom people. They just got a wound, didn't they? Like they weren't infected, but they were at higher risk of infection. And then we took them captors after that. And finally, Crocodile Dundee knifed the wounded one because he decided he was too much of a threat, and cut the other two loose and sent them on their way. We got back to the ship, made sure the fuel was moved into the ship, and we went back out to get onto our ship. We met all of the scientists just kind of floating around waiting. And I might have missed some things in there, but I think that's the big points.
Yeah. What are you currently doing? What are you in the process of doing?
I know we were moving fuel, but I can't remember. Did we see them before we started moving the fuel, or did we move the fuel and then see them?
The scientists?
Yeah.
You got them into your cargo bay before you started moving fuel. It was like when you were leaving your ship to go start the moving fuel process.
Okay. So I think that's where we were at then, right? Was setting up the fuel transfer.
Yeah, you had you're in the right. Yeah. You had gone. It was ping. You had gone to the starboard PSM and got this fuel processors. You'd kind of got them set up. Then you had gone to the port PSM, gotten that set up, and now your last task is to somehow manage to get to the fuel processors on the flight. What remains of the flight operations pod? So this part doesn't really exist anymore. Most of this has been destroyed, but this piece still exists. To get there and to kind of complete this process and flood enough of the fuel into your ship.
That's right. I have to go through more zombies.
Yeah, well, we're 66% of the way done.
Yeah.
So what options do we have for ways of getting into there? Like you said, that's blown up. Is that like open to space?
Yeah. Most of it is, although I think these like access points probably are not the fuel distribution consoles. They might the doors might be shut. But
And is
the door,
the main
yeah,
room completely sealed, or do we know?
you don't know. Yeah.
Do we want to go do more space walking and walk around there and see if there's an easy way in? If we go in that way, then we don't have more things attacking us.
Oh, yeah, that would definitely be optimal.
What's the plan B if we get there and it's not open?
Plan B is I got a torch.
Can we cut? Because that would be cutting through ship hole, wouldn't it?
To go where?
To get into this
hole.
main fuel room, if there's no hole there already.
To cut through which part?
I'm guessing we'd be because like is this connected to this?
Normally that would be well, so actually normally that would be this would be there's would be a little bit of a space there, a gap there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are these at?
They would go up. They would kind of go up and connect to something directly above it. They would connect to like I believe into the command section. No, the ops mod.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So we don't want to use those if we can. Well, I mean, if that whole section was blown up, maybe even if it's not completely blown through, there's a weak spot there.
Yeah.
I'd rather go walking around the ship over in the ship, so even if it's a
Yeah.
waste of time, I feel like it's better than going the other route first.
I prefer to not walk inside if we can help it.
All right. How are you getting there?
See, I'm trying to figure out where it's at on the like isometric of the ship.
Yeah. It is
It's like
underneath.
in here, underneath here, like right.
Yeah. So it is like it's kind of hard to it's sort of hard to like see because on this from this picture, like that piece underneath there. Oh god, that was oops. Undo.
Would the picture in the
Back
top
to
right help?
Yeah, that might. Ignore Beck's World. Don't even think about Beck's World. It doesn't exist. Yeah, the picture in the top right would help because that's basically non-existent. That the big circle, the big red circle there has been blown off, which is why it's not in that picture in the top right. So normally that big red circle would be right here. And then you're looking at on 10 focus ping there. That's the cargo module. That's what's hanging down here, right there. So then you're looking at getting into. You can't really see any doors, but you're looking at getting into like hereabouts.
Okay.
That area, yeah.
And this is the section that was blown up.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going here to see if there's any holes or structural weaknesses there.
Yeah.
And we're in one of these guys. I don't know which one, but
You're
by
in.
the
Yeah,
same-
you're in the port one. You're in this one. About back here. And there are holes, kind of all in more toward the front side.
I mean, out the nearest hole and just start walking. There's an arm that connects this thing over, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Or a couple. Yeah, there's like an arm there, and then there are these smaller ones. I think there's
Yeah,
even one in there.
we come out a hole like around. Like we're back here, come out a hole around here, walk up here over the arm, kind of down along the bottom.
So yeah, you've got to get through. So we'll kind of go back here. You've got to get. You cut this hole in the wall there. You get back to this area, which is pressurized. So you've got to open back through this section into the depressurized area. But you remember that there are potentially survivors in this area. And this door is locked because of the depressurized the open space the sensors knowing it's open to vacuum in the other area. So can we get the computer sensors check to fool, or the electronic sensors check to fool this door to open, and then you're gonna, I guess, potentially expose those people to vacuum. Unless you want to do something else.
Really into killing people like that at the same time. We don't make it off the ship, everyone's dead anyway.
Yeah. It's a harsh reality.
What will the sensors check be with? Int or education?
Int.
I'd have a +3. If anybody beats that.
I wouldn't.
Nope. It would just be a box standard +2 for me, so go for it.
Well,
All right. Yeah, you get the door open. Can everyone give me dexterity checks for
I athletics dexterity.
athletics dexterity? Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All right. We're
8
hitting back
total.
with the classic.
No. Doom, are you gonna have a struggle?
Yeah, yeah. I think this is the like fourth or fifth 3 I've rolled on an athletics check.
Oh,
I only have a -1. I just roll really bad on them.
No. Yeah. So everyone kind of like jumps through really quickly, and uh, the depressurization of this like cabin or of this space sort of causes 428 to stumble, and you're trying to get through quickly so that you can shut the door, but as he's stumbling, you see like a sort of a mass, a shape, as the flickering lights and the poor illumination from this area. You see this like shape come around the corner, and you're not quite sure what it is. Is it like another one of those like fungus monsters? Is it just like a piece of detritus as it comes around the corner is being pulled by like the atmospheric change, and it like flies towards 428, thumps, slams into him, pulls them both out the door. As the door closes and everyone's on the other side, and you see as the vacuum on the other side, that then object in motion stays in motion. 428 is manages to grab onto something or someone, but this mass that you realize is a person just sort of floats, goes out one hole, and kind of shoots off into space, as you can just see them like being exposed to vacuum and pretty rapidly dying. But yeah. Oh well.
damn
You guys
shame.
are in 18.
Well, I guess we only killed one, so things could have been worse.
Huh. Wait, because I think I misheard it a little bit.
Mhm.
Did someone fly by me, or did they grab me and pull me with them?
They smacked
They
you.
sort of flew into you, yeah, and you both went through the door.
Got it. So am I free floating in space right now?
No, someone
Okay.
managed to grab onto you as you realized it was what's his name?
Gotcha.
Yeah, Finn.
Dead guy number 682.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys are. Yep. Do you want to give me a backsuit check to kind of climb out one of these breaches in the hull and start to walk around?
Mhm. What is a
Backsuit and dexterity.
Gotcha.
Well,
All right. We're continuing this, I guess. 2.
10.
Let me double check, make sure that's the right. What was your for Doom?
2.
2? Okay.
I think maybe you need to change your name because I feel like somebody's casting doom on all your dice.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jesus. Like, goddamn.
Little success
Like if
3,
you
4,
look real
6.
close to the dots, are they all actually little skulls?
I could be convinced that they are.
All right. Okay. Yeah. It's gonna take you guys a while to get there. At first, 428 is trying to get through this area, and he like snags his vac suit on like a piece of jagged like hull that just like catches and catches, and you're trying really hard to not tear your vac suit on this like sharp piece of metal.
Yeah.
And you have to like futz about with your vac suit for a while to make sure you can like dislodge yourself without obviously tearing a hole so that you end up suffocating. So it's
Yeah,
gonna take
I
you
get it.
guys, yeah, it takes you guys a couple hours to get around the ship and to the section of where you're heading
Oh,
towards over
I
here.
just had an awful thought. If
Mm-hmm.
428 gets a hole in his vac suit, he
He's
will
just
get
like
sucked
sucked.
out of his
Yeah,
vac suit.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
I
that'd
had
be
the same awful thought I
thoroughly
did.
fucked.
Yeah.
I can never get a hole in my suit, or else I am
Yeah.
dead.
It only has to be what, an inch wide. I mean, he's just
An inch.
yeah. That's
That
it.
bullet hole. Like, if someone shot me in space, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I almost
That's it.
feel like your species would have a special vac suit that's like extra reinforced
Resistant.
or some shit.
Yeah.
So I actually did look around, and there's the vac suit modification, or it's a general suit modification, but it applies to vac suits as well, that allows them to reseal themselves after
Yeah.
taking damage. I am getting that in a heartbeat once we're
Yeah.
finished.
That would be a good one to get. Cool. So a couple hours later, you guys managed to get to the outside of the final section.
Mm. Do we see any holes right off when we're there?
No, you don't.
Can I walk around and kind of investigate the surface near the explosion, see if I see any like damaged tiles or weak spots or anything?
Yeah. Give me a recon check. Yeah.
Okay.
Within.
Another 12.
Nice. Yeah, you see a section where it looks like, yeah, from the explosion, maybe a whole panel has been like sort of dislodged, or is in the process. Like you could maybe crank it off, and get in there. Yeah.
Hey, hey, Lexian,
Yep.
you want to do some strongman stuff and pull this panel off? It's a little loose here.
I could do that. You want an athletic strength check?
Yes, please.
Am I allowed to add another modifier to it?
Yeah, your strength.
Left arm strength?
Sure.
Okay. Because that's a +3, and I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
definitely the way to go anyway in space because you're just using straight hydraulic force or whatever your arm runs off of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good thing because that makes it a 10.
Nice. Yeah, you managed to like you're not like bending the whole metal, right? Because even with your arm, it's just like that would be insane. But this whole panel is just already loose. You're able to like just kind of break it free and open up some of the internal components. And yeah, and some of the internal workings of this particular panel.
There, I got it open for you.
What do you think, 428? With that whole plate gone, you think your laser will blow through what's left?
Um, uh, Henry?
Mhm. Yeah, give me a mechanics check with your int.
Okay. I want to say yes, but it's not really my decision.
Yeah, yeah.
It's mechanic and int. Is that what you said?
Yeah, mechanics and int. Yeah.
An 8.
Nate. Yeah, you think that you might be able to get through some of the interior like bulkhead now.
Oh, yeah.
What's
I could
the range
totally.
on that laser?
I believe. Actually, I can find out for sure. 10 meters.
Well, I think we should get a max range because the first hole you pierce in that thing is going to depressurize, and it's untelling what that's going to do.
Yeah. Um, I don't really know if the laser cutter has a range option for sight for vision cutting.
Actually, I got another thought before we use the laser.
Yeah.
You could shoot it with an explosive round. You or Lexian, for that matter. You could just get further away. See if that does anything.
Do you think our explosive rounds have enough power to really punch a hole?
I don't know if they have enough to punch a hole, but I mean, even if they pierced, a pinhole, that handles the depressurization, and then we can get up close on it and use the laser from there. Yeah, I mean, the explosive rounds are for destroying mechanical equipment just as they are for destroying people. So
Yeah,
I feel like it'd
sure.
have some effect.
And I mean, we don't have any armor on it, do we? Because I peeled the thing off.
Build
Put the
the
hole
whole
off.
plating on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there would be no armor underneath that I would have to worry about.
It's just a metal wall now. I mean, it's still a bulkhead. There's still like the bulkhead from the interior wall, but the actual hull of the ship is not there. So it's still gonna have to do a fair amount of damage, but as a task, it's now potentially achievable. You would think, yeah.
I mean, I could put a couple rounds into it with the cannon.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna punch it?
You're gonna punch it with the cannon.
I thought the cannon was his arm. I don't know. I just thought that was
Oh.
a nickname. Yeah.
No, I mean, if we really wanted
Yeah,
to, I could go get anti that shit explosive
it's
and
true.
have fun with that.
That is true. That would put a hole through it.
That would put a
That
hole.
would
Yeah,
put a hole through
yeah.
Yeah.
it.
He's just
No.
he grabs the gun. He's like, you know what? Let's make this fun. And he just pushes off from the hole and just like lets it float off in space just for a while. Timing.
Just tether myself to somebody, pull out the anti
Yeah.
that shit explosive, just shoot a shot,
God,
watch it
just think of
explode, and then
the recoil though. You're gonna go
Oh man,
flying.
yeah. You could go forever. Yeah,
hey, I'm not gonna feel it. Whoever's tethered to me is gonna feel it because they're just gonna get
yeah.
yanked off the
Oh,
edge.
Even.
No, I'll take a shot at it with the cannon.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah. Give me that attack roll.
Make sure you find some good. See if you can find a good place to brace yourself, because that is going to have
Yeah.
a kick.
Also, yes. Thank you.
okay.
Something you can grip a hold of with that extra special arm of yours.
My special arm. You know what I forgot to do again?
Oil your
Open up.
special arm.
No, open up the book and look at and look at the psionics. What I typically do every session and then forget to do.
Mhm.
Oh, well. Couldn't load. You can load the first page, but you can't load this one? There we go. I don't know. There's nothing that I think I can do, though.
Do what?
I was looking to see if there was something that I could do with my psionics to brace me, but
Hmm.
other than like flying back or something, I don't think I can. No. Okay. Well,
Well, as long as you can get, because keep in mind we have like, oh fuck, how much rope do I have? I bought a lot of rope. Okay, we have 30 meters of rope. As long as that can tie to something, then tie to you, you're okay.
okay. I
Because you
mean,
don't have to necessarily brace yourself.
yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, we could tie him to us. I mean, we all have mag boots, so 3 sets
That's
of
true.
mag boots. I would think ought to be able to hold us from a gun kicking us off.
Yeah, we could do that. Tie myself to you guys that way if the recoil is a little too much. All right. But I will make that attack roll here.
Okay. Yep.
And once I get back over to the correct page. There we go. So I have a +2. That is a 5 and a 2. So 7 plus 2, 9.
We also give me an athletics dexterity check.
Athletics dexterity, and that will be a +1, I believe. Uh, yeah, it's a +1. Don't
Plus
need
for
it. That's a
plus for
12 anyway.
dexterity.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 12.
Cool. All right. Yeah. And then what's your attack roll?
uh, what did I just say? What was the attack roll?
Is it 9?
9. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me your damage plus plus the 1.
All right. So 5d minus 1.
All right. -1 plus 1, or is it -2?
My damage says 5d minus 1.
Okay.
So
And
if
then
I
you
have a
roll a 10.
+1, yeah.
Yeah. 5d.
6, 12, 22, 25.
Okay.
I rolled 2 6s, 2 5s, and a 3. I think I'm taking all of Doom's luck.
Bold of you to assume I had luck to begin with.
Yeah.
The good news is I have a boon for the next like engineering check I need to make on the fuel.
Yes.
I'm also probably gonna burn some luck because this is literally the only only option other than uniting everyone, which fuck that.
You
I
you
do.
tend to roll well on your engineering checks. It's just everything else.
which is so
It's just- yeah,
weird. Like, it's
it's-
good, but weird.
It's like the dice know your role, with
Yeah.
the pun included.
The dice gods out there are staring and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get back to your mechanics round."
All right. Yeah, you launch the cannon, boom, at this you fire at the hole, and
Fire in the
there's
hole,
so
literally.
what are the rounds that you're firing? Are
Explosive.
they're explosive rounds? Yes, there's like a quick flash, right? But there's no oxygen, so it's like there's quick flash and then it's out because there's not enough oxygen for it to burn. But then immediately there is you see a little bit of debris shoot away from the hole, and then it kind of stops as if something large has like boom blocked off that whole spot in the hole.
Oh, I guess an emergency bulkhead there.
What it looks like.
Well,
Well,
the laser ought to be able
yeah,
to cut through an emergency bulkhead, right?
yeah, surely.
It can't be as strong as a regular one.
It's more of an issue of making sure I don't get fucking slammed by something that flies out.
I think you should still stay close to that 10-meter max.
It's probably going to take a while, but I think cutting a small, like, hole and letting the room depressure before continuing is probably the best bet.
Agreed. Can probably don't have like a tripod. We could just mount that thing on, let it run until it pierces the hole, and then come back and do the detail work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's the best plan then.
All right, can I get a Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna kind of come at it from an angle too, like not drilling directly in front of me, but like kind of off to the side of me, just to make sure. Do the best I can to prevent any issues.
All right.
Mechanic int
Yeah, again against.
10.
All right. Yep. You're cutting just a small hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't take too long. You cut a small hole, and then you're just gonna kind of let it go, just to kind of depressurize.
Yep.
Yeah, and I imagine it's gonna take a while. That's a really large room. Um, we'll say it takes maybe 50 minutes before you feel like really confident that it's like safe to go. And so you sit there and kind of wait. And
I
yeah.
was expecting an emergency bulkhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had one
An
emergency
assistant to the
bulkhead, yes.
assistant. Yeah. But yeah, and then you feel okay. You feel like you're good to go.
All right. And I finish the job and do a full
Go for it.
cutout. That's a 12.
Oh, nice. Yep, and you do it in 10 minutes. You cut through really quickly.
Ooh,
Yeah.
size and dice.
Well, if there were any mushroom zombies in there, I don't think they'll be bothering us at least.
Yeah. They'll be dormant.
All right. Yeah, you get in. You can see a console for the fuel processor.
Boopity boop boop boop.
The field distribution console.
Yes. Anything else over in the area, or does it seem pretty clear?
Seems pretty clear. You can give me a recon check if you want to.
Yeah, I think I will. I don't know if I have recon. Well, I still will. Probably not going to see anything. Yeah, a 4.
Yeah, looks clear.
All right, great. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the
Nary
panel.
threat in sight. All right. Yeah, you are completely focused on the panel. You don't see anything walking up behind you. That means you harm.
You don't see the threat.
You don't
The
see the
what?
giant, big bad. Yes. Yeah. Give me that. What check were we using before? Was it just computers, or was it
I thought we were using power. I think
engineering
I had
power?
Yeah,
I had a
that's what
+3 on the check. So
Okay. Yeah, and then you boon.
yeah.
Get a boon. So yeah, give me your engineering power, intellect, and your boon.
All right. I'm gonna burn 3 luck. I do not want this to go awry.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
Oh
Turn this
wow!
whole
I
ship
didn't
into a
even
Disco
need.
Inferno.
Oh wow! That boon came in handy actually. A 6, a 6, a 1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Another 14.
Nice.
Oh my god! I've gotten
Yeah.
14 on all of them.
You can hear, like little internal valves switching. You can probably even hear maybe some like liquid hydrogen beginning to rush through pipes pipes in the ship. And over your comms, you. Where's mine? I don't have a window open. Yeah, you can hear. You get a message from the ship, and it's Oscar, and he says, Captain, the fuel's in the ship."
All right. Love to hear it.
Alrighty then.
All right. Let's pack up and get out of here.
Heck
And
yeah. I have never been so excited to leave a place.
there you go.
I want to say too. I'm only mildly annoyed that I was able to get perfect rolls on all my mechanics checks, and then every single dex check has always been I get 3 or a 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you're
I mean-
telling me I can get 3 14s in a fucking row, but I can't even get a 5 on like a vax check.
Nope. Not even. Yeah. Speaking of, will you all give me vac suit checks to get back to the ship?
Absolutely.
Okay,
8.
8, 7.
9.
There you go.
7, 8, 9. Look at that.
Jesus.
Sorry, 6.
I did roll a 10 for Wyatt, so there we go. But
Oh yeah. Do we have to do all this for Courtney too?
I did. I've been rolling for her. She's doing
Okay.
all right.
Awesome.
Okay. I just didn't think of that until now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. She put her stuff into the Excel
Oh,
sheet too, so
yeah.
I've got her character sheet I can use. So, which
Yay.
is good. Yeah.
Excel sheet supremacy.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah, you guys get back to your ship pretty quickly, and you're good to go. Good to go.
Awesome.
Before we go anywhere else,
Mm-hmm.
Could Lexian? You couldn't detect the mushrooms, could you?
No, I could not.
Damn. I mean, I feel like the scientists are all fairly safe, but I almost feel like we're the biggest risks at this point since we've been fighting all these things.
Is there not like a could we do like an investigate check or something to kind of like look each other over like we're checking each other for ticks or something?
Yeah. Um, have uh, have any of you seen Star Trek? Which one is it? It's the oh shoot, what's the name? Actually, what's the name of the ship in Next Generation? Oh my God, Enterprise. So have you seen Star Trek Enterprise? The like, I think it's like the lowest rated series of all the Star Treks.
I have not.
No.
Okay. Okay. So whenever so that's like when Starfleet, it's supposed to be kind of when Starfleet first came into being, and so they're all like humans. Oh, we're exploring space for the first time, and whenever they get back from an away mission, they have to go into this like decontamination chamber, and it's real like early 2000s television, so it's just really basically the chance for like all the attractive cast members to be half naked and covered in baby oil and like rubbing each other in baby oil. And so now I'm just picturing all of you guys like checking each other for ticks covered in baby oil. And for no reason. I mean, I'm sure their rationale is like, oh yeah, it's ultraviolet light, but it's also like they're all under a black light when they're doing it too. So it's like, like the captain with his like hairy chest and six pack, and like the like Vulcan who looks like a Victoria's Secret model, and they're all like glistening with their baby oil with this black light. Yeah, it's just like there's no reason for this to happen, but oh well. Yeah, it's because they don't have yeah, but oh well. That's you guys checking each other for ticks. Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Right.
With your baby oil. Um,
Does the
and
baby oil give us a boon
intellect.
or a bane or anything?
gives you a boon, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Never. I don't know why. I don't know why they did that, but it was hilarious. Every time it was just like, here we go again. Yeah.
I got an 8.
8. Okay. Cool.
I got a 9.
Oop. Jinx got a nat 12.
Damn.
Damn. She's sniffing us.
She's definitely, yeah.
And
Jinx, maybe that's a bad idea. You don't want to sniff mushroom spores.
Yeah. Yeah.
and how about that high roller over there, 428?
Yeah. What'd you get? 428.
Oh shoot! Sorry, I just
Bang.
zoned out.
You're good.
Ah,
Roll an
6.
investigate check.
Investigate intelligence.
Intelligence, yeah.
Oh, cool. I don't know why I asked. Still 6.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody sees anything. We ain't found shit.
All thinking of Star Trek, a quick aside. I don't really keep up with Star Trek all that well, but I just saw something about they're going to officially cross over Star Trek canon with Doctor Who canon.
Oh
And
my
I'm just
God,
like,
really?
what the fuck?
What?
What?
That's
That's
surprising.
a whole different universes, but all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that's not true. I saw the Picard series. I think that's like the only new series I've seen.
I mean, they do have a lot of like Gallifreyan level races in Star Trek, so I guess it's
Yeah.
not completely out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. Interesting.
They're just gonna
Because
put
don't they have like a whole
TARDIS.
council of gods at this point or something? They're not like actually
Right.
gods, but they're like incredibly advanced aliens that can rewrite reality if they need to.
Yeah, I mean, there's Q. Q's like been around at least since next gen, and he's
Yeah.
I guess there are multiple Qs, but yeah, and he can like snap his fingers and yeah, do all sorts of things, time travel and do everything. Yeah, he is basically a god.
I'm just curious to see how they decide to tie in and connect
Yeah,
all
what a
the
weird.
lore.
Yeah, it's such a weird. Yeah.
That's like another 5-year, 6-year endeavor just to connect everything before you continue making new stories.
Mm-hmm.
If they actually want to go that like full in on connecting, or they might just say, "Yeah, fuck it, timeline shit."
Yeah, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Yeah,
They haven't
it'll be
done that one
explained
before.
by.
I've been
Explained by
rewatching
Doctor
Doctor Who right now too. Actually, it's yeah.
Where are you
And
watching it?
HBO Max or Max. HBO
Okay.
Max. Yeah. And I'm on season. So I'm rewatching it, and then I'm going back and rewatching Torchwood as well. So I'm on season 3 of Doctor Who. Just finished watching the Blink, the Weeping Angels ones. Now I'm watching season 1 of Torchwood, and this is my second time watching. I haven't seen all of Doctor Who because I stopped when it was Peter Capaldi. Like I think most of the way through Peter Capaldi, I really liked him. And then watching Doctor Who again, I liked Rose the first time. I hated her this time around though. I don't know why. Something about like a 10-year gap between watching her the first time and this time. For some reason, she's got to be one of my least favorite characters. I just
Okay.
I really liked Rose when I watched it when I was experiencing Doctor Who the first time, but for some reason, like just I don't know what it is. I found her so annoying and almost like I don't know. I just like I just like not a likable person. She just seemed like she seemed like I don't know. That's I'm gonna end up like a diatribe about like why I found her like not a good person. But I don't know. She's just yeah. I gotta stop myself. I gotta stop myself. Yeah. She's just awful.
Remember
She
which
just
one.
sucks. It just sucks. Yeah. Anyway. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I also never realized how campy it is, which is also why I love it. Until my wife was like, "Yeah, I think that's why like I don't like this show because it's so campy." And I was like, "Oh, it is really campy." I was like, "That's why it's awesome." Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's why it's so much fun. Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, I
yeah,
really
cool.
like the
Yeah,
Jenna Coleman Capaldi duo though.
yeah, definitely.
I thought they had really good chemistry.
He did. He did. I just my first experience with Capaldi was The Thick of It, and so The Thick of It, and then what was the movie? I can't remember the movie for what the movie was called, but The Thick of It is like if you've never seen it, it's a British like political comedy show, and he is a like what's his actual role? He's like the government's like head of media relations, and he's like a swear every other like a word kind of guy. And he's just like the most aggressive person in the world, and so it's funny watching like and like that's like his characters. He's just like he just cusses everybody out, and he just like tears everybody down, and he's constantly insulting people, and he's just the most like aggressive Scottish man in the world. And then going from that to being Doctor Who was such a shift. But he also like is still computer quality, so it's
I start saying
yeah.
he's a fairly aggressive Doctor Who. So
Yeah, so it still works. Yeah, that's oh man, yeah. Think of it, and then God, what is the movie called? Yeah, hmm. I would definitely if you haven't seen it, I would yeah take a
yeah, I'll have to
take
check
a
that
gander.
out.
Yeah, In the Loop is the movie, yeah, and then Veep was an American spinoff with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys checked each other for fungus, and you just have the typical garden variety sorts that you would normally have, but nothing nothing of the zombie type. And you're back on your ship.
Should we put out like a mass communication for the ship in case anyone's still has comms, or just to let them know we'll be back in like what, 2 months, 3 months?
I'd rather not because we won't be back, and I honestly don't know what these deep space people are going to do.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, once they hear about the whole mushroom zombie outbreak, they may just call the ship a loss.
Just nuke it. I feel like they'd want to scavenge parts, but I don't think they'd care about saving the rest of the people, or just lean on like literally gassing the entire ship.
I tell you what, if we find out they leave the ship alone, we'll come back in like 2 years when we know everybody's probably been dead, and we'll depressurize the whole damn ship and just go through it, take all the things we want.
We're gonna have to keep track on it then, because it moved like what, 4 or 5 sectors, and well, let's see, moved like 6 sectors, I think, in a year.
Yeah, but now I've got trajectories and speeds, and we can run calculations way out now.
Yeah, I wish we had a way to put a tracker on it.
So yeah, you did yeah. Well, okay. Speaking
Deep
of
Space sent us a tracker, didn't they?
yeah, I think they did send you like at least a relay, like some sort of relay you could put on it.
We should probably not forget to do that.
Yeah, let's give them the thing they need to track this ship.
Um, did you do like a full breakdown of its trajectory, or just where it is currently, like tracking it down to where you would catch up to it?
Just where it is, but
Okay.
discussing that, I'd like to run its trajectory. It's probably good for them too. They'll have the tracker on it, but it'd probably be handy because it'll be a while before they can make it back here.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so once you get a chance, we'll do that. You know, you've still got like, you know, you've got to get. I guess you've got, you know, you got some other stuff you probably want to get set up with, right? Get the transponder, figure that out, probably get undocked. But maybe once you're out in space, or you're in jump space, you can kind of take care of that. Um, yeah. So what else do you need to do?
Other than put the tracker on it and do the calculations, I don't know of anything.
Okay.
Do you guys? I feel like we did our due diligence.
Wyatt, do you have any other thoughts on anything we need to do with the ship before we head out?
He shakes his head. No, not really.
We assessed the condition of the ship. We saved who we could. We got a tracker on it. Say it was a pretty solid job well done. It's, you know, at this point, unsafe for us to continue investigation. So,
And not likely to be worth it anyway. What more are we going to find out about an unknown mushroom species that turns people into zombies?
yeah, it's probably unsafe to attempt any sort of scientific discoveries, and to be frankly honest, that's not in our job description anyway.
Not yet. Let's just hope they don't send us back here when they bring us on full time.
Man, that would suck. All right, you're full time now. Go on back and clean the entire ship.
If they do, we'll at least have a jump 4 ship.
Yeah,
It won't take long, yeah.
and
It won't take the
We'll-
full 11 weeks to get back.
Yeah.
it's true. We'll also take proper precautions.
Oh, we're coming back with all the fire if they send us back here. All of the
Oh,
fire.
Yeah. Hold full of yeah.
Just walk a nuke on board and just place it down, make sure all the doors and windows are open, and just explode the thing.
All right. As far as setting the transponder, where are you going to set it?
Is it like a magnetic transponder?
Yeah, it probably has magnetic feed on it.
I mean, I feel like if we tucked it away up to somewhere in the shuttle access where we're docked here, it'd be out of the way. No debris is going to like come along and knock it off. I wouldn't think.
Externally.
I was thinking that internally, like going out of the ship back up where we had back where the fuel routing is there. You know, like once we go out of leave our ship right there at the shuttle access.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Would the mushrooms be able to disable it at all? Like, they haven't disabled much of the ship, but I don't know.
I mean, you have a point. We don't know what they're capable of.
Also, the survivors, if they find it, would they know exactly what it is and leave it alone, or would they try and take it apart for scrap?
Most of them are insane at this point, so
They might take it apart for
maybe
scrap.
maybe we do put it on the outside.
How big is it?
It's probably about like 4.5 feet tall. It has like a footprint of probably about 5 feet. On like a little tripod.
Yeah.
We docked onto like an arm, right?
It's like a little extender.
Could you take us back to the other
Yeah, absolutely.
sheet?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Could we theoretically lock it in an air vault or an airlock?
You could try, but there are people on the ship with like higher clearance access than you guys have that are still alive.
I think
Yeah.
maybe we just stick it on that arm. Like, who's going to be out there fooling with that?
Yeah. And I mean, if something else hits this ship and causes a massive damage, there's no way we can prevent it from hitting anywhere. So we're just playing a game of chance, really. just slap it onto the safest spot we can and move forward.
Me and you hop out real quick and do that, Lexian?
That sounds like a good idea.
All right. Yeah, you guys give me a vac suit check.
Nine.
And dex.
10.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, you guys get it set up. You're good to go.
Oh wait, sorry.
the
That
ship-
was also a 9.
Okay. You're not good to go. You
Ah,
needed a
damn.
9 and a 10. So one of you has to die. Unfortunately.
All right, I'll
but
sacrifice myself.
with 2 9s, yeah, with 2 9s, you get to choose who dies. No, no. Cool. Yeah, you're good. And yeah, the ship's filled up. So I'll take a piloting check, spacecraft from Lexian to at least pull away.
Oh no. And Dex, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plus 3. 8, 11.
11. Nice. All right. And then, yeah, you pull the ship away. As you're doing that, can I get I guess astrogation? It wouldn't be like navigation, right? Astrogation?
I think astrogation makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it's space. Yeah, I'll take astrogation and intellect check from Gino.
An 8.
All right, so the ship is currently in this 1719 is in this section. It is currently on a collision course with Topaz. And like you're tracing like its trajectory. You're like, oh shit, that's not good. The estimated time of impact, 30,000 years. So, it's not today's problem.
Somebody needs to move the ship,
Yeah.
but they've got a minute.
Yeah, they got time. Yeah. Or the planet. They can move the planet. It's okay. Yeah.
Hey, how many explosions do you think it'll take from your gun to slightly change its course?
I mean, one bullet will slightly change its course. Over 30,000 years, that could be enough to miss the planet.
Yeah, right. It's
That
just
one
goes,
bullet you shot to get into the hull was enough.
Yeah,
Was
it
enough.
probably was
The
missing the
course.
planet. We shot that one bullet, and now
Moved
it's
it on.
hitting the planet.
Yeah.
Oops.
It was fine. Yeah. But yeah, 30,000 years, you should be fine.
Should be.
Yeah. You guys there's also the problem of Mr. Guy in your airlock. I mean, I guess that's maybe not necessarily a problem in your eyes.
Let's see, how long did we find out from the scientists we needed? Because they said they had no better way to test at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't know if somebody is infected until they start showing symptoms.
So they start showing symptoms, yeah. Which typically they show symptoms within I think a couple hours.
I want to say we said at most a week.
Yeah.
If it was a week, so maybe this first jump, we just do what we can to make him comfy in there, bring him food and such, but just keep him quarantined there for the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's doctor's opinion anyway.
Well, we have it in the handout, don't we?
Yeah.
Endeavor infection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, after 1 week in jump space, we'll definitely know.
Yeah. You know
Oh,
for sure.
certainly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right then. You want to give me an astrogation check and then an engineering check?
Ten.
8.
Nice. All right, you've got your first week. What do y'all need to do during that week, or if anything?
I'm assuming. I think I'm the only one on the ship with steward training, so I'm assuming at least while we've got all these people on the ship, I probably won't be doing any training. I'll probably be doing steward stuff.
Yeah, you're kind of taking care of people. Yeah.
Does Finn want to do debriefings during the week?
With people, yeah, that's probably a good idea. With you guys or with like the scientists?
I was thinking probably with us and the scientists, definitely the scientists.
Yeah, that's a good
He
idea.
was with us, so I don't know if he needs to be debriefed or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. He definitely talked with them.
If he wants to set up meetings, I'm happy to sit with him and do like physicals on them while he's interviewing them. Best physicals I can without, med bay.
Yeah. Will you give me medicine checks or a medicine check with intellect?
Well,
Nice. Yeah, you don't. Nobody jumps out to you as anything super odd. The one thing, or not nobody. Um, so mm, uh, almost everybody seems pretty healthy. The one person that um, seems to be having a slightly harder time is, you said 12, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is where I'm trying to get back to it, and it disappeared. Jarla is the chief science officer, and she's there for the debriefing. She sort of like says no to the she says like no, she's like, no, I'm all right, thank you, to the medical. So you're sitting there and just like sitting in on the debriefing portion of it, and you like bring her a cup of tea. She's like writing some notes down or like reviewing notes, and you notice just that like with your 12, you're kind of like watching her fine motor skills, and you notice that they're just a little they're like a little off. They're not quite, she has a slight tremor that she's like she's doing a pretty good job of hiding. And she's also just not quite as coordinated as you would expect a senior scientist to be, and her tremor and the degradation in her fine motor skills don't quite match someone her age. Like you
Does
think,
does any of this line up anything with the infection? What they had explained to us about infection symptoms?
there is like the poor coordination is like a later stage. Um,
That was in the controlled, wasn't it? Or
yeah, it is in the controlled thing. Yeah, but she doesn't have any other symptoms that match people in that stage of the infection. Because she's like talking, she's perfectly coherent. Like, people in that stage don't speak. They don't, they
oh,
don't
that's
have.
right.
Yeah. They don't act. They don't act with any sort of individuality or any sort of coherence like that.
I guess I'll approach her and just tell her I know you didn't want a checkup, but as a doctor, I can't help but notice these things. You seem like you're having some issues. Is there anything going on that you care to divulge? I want to make
Um,
sure you're taken care of, but I got to make sure that the safety of everybody else is good too.
yeah. Well, years of working around dangerous stuff. It makes you careful.
So, how are you feeling overall, though?
I'm okay.
Obviously, you're having some trouble. Um, any pain or anything? Any
No,
brain fog?
no, no. I'm as clear as ever.
Is there like an insight check?
Yeah. You want to give me a?
The investigation? Or would that be more of,
Recon
yeah,
or
which,
Either
deception?
investigation,
No,
social.
it takes a liar to know a liar.
Yeah, I'll take
I mean,
deception.
kind
Deception
of,
and int.
yeah, streetwise maybe even?
Mm-hmm. I'll do deception.
An 8.
Um, she's definitely not. Um, she's kind of trying to like wave it away. Yeah.
Darla, we're both educated people here. Um, I know you're not being completely above board with me. I'm not trying to say you've got the infection and I need to lock you away or shoot you out of the ship or something like that. But I'm a doctor and I got to make sure people are taken care of. So be a little more forward with me. Definitely not to your detriment.
You give me a persuade check.
Yep. Is that with social or int or
Uh, uh, you can do it social.
okay?
You can do it with int. You're kind of using your your intellect. You're sort of going there with like a logical argument.
9.
9. Um, she she kind of looks at you, takes you aside, and she says, "I was one of the first to try the um, our antidote or whatever it is, and it was an early trial run, and it had some unfortunate and long-lasting side effects, but we were able to refine the recipe or the formula. But I've been trying to keep its effects under wraps for the time being, at least from my staff, so that they keep their faith.
Understood. I mean, happy to keep that quiet for now. How long ago was that?
It was in the early days of the infection.
And was it worse? Have you improved? Has things degraded?
They've been about the same.
That's all. That's good news at least. Don't want to see things getting worse.
Yes.
Well, if you need anything extra or anything, just let me know. Make sure you're taken care of. Hopefully, we get you back to civilization, proper equipment. We can get something done about it.
Yeah, she gives you a smile and a nod and heads back down to the cargo deck.
So was I there for? I was there within the debriefings, right?
Yeah.
Did I hear anything interesting and new from them debriefing, Finn?
What do you? I guess I'm trying to think about like what you know already. Um,
I mean, we know how the infection spreads. We know that mushrooms also can grow outside of the body too, because we've seen them in the vents.
mhm.
Know they were working on an antidote, but never really got that far.
Yeah. So like one thing that you kind of get immediately is a lot of what you hear is people's interpretation of events too. So it's sort of like this is one group of people that have lived together, so it's like it's taken on the sort of collective belief. So there is a through line of truth there, but even among this group of people, the like everyone's interpretation is slightly different. Um, but also like even Finn kind of says, he wonders like if you took other people off the ship and asked them, and then maybe even you guys get a chance and towards the end of the week once you've cleared Trenance, you talk to him and his interpretations are pretty different from the scientists because he lived on a different part of the ship, worked with different people, so his interpretations are slightly different. So it's like it's hard to tell what exactly occurred just because everyone sees things a little bit differently. What you guys found out about how the infection itself transmits, that you all know. The You knew about the missed jump and like that being deliberate or possibly being deliberate. um you also did you guys find out about the captain trying to get them to um that fuel cache, right? And
Yep,
then
yep.
someone
And
called
then,
guns trying to turning the ship's weapons on the fuel cache and blowing it up.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then there being the basically the chief engineer um breaking apart with the command crew and trying to get people home versus like get off the ship and get people home versus the captain focusing on trying to get the ship home, and that sort of being the contention, and the captain seeing the engineers and the chief engineers as mutineers. So the captain's sort of primary focus became eliminating the mutineers and then getting the ships home versus the engineers sort of going like we just need to get off this ship and get home. So the captain has this sort of like bloodthirst about like I got to put these mutineers down.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that was sort of that like infighting among the engineering and the bridge kind of factions that the
Did
mission team sort of just stayed out of.
did they provide the sector that they encountered the infection at?
Yes, they can. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I believe so.
Might be something good for us to just keep on record so we don't end up landing on Mushroom Planet.
It wasn't a planet; it was a ship that they found in space.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. They did say that.
Yeah. Yeah, 4-person crew. Yeah, I found an object floating in space. Much larger ship appeared to be derelict vessel of droid origin. Very old. Crew estimated tens of thousands of years. Had decayed to the point where the structure was beginning to disintegrate. Yeah. 2 members of the crew entered the wreck, salvaging artifacts for later analysis. Over a period of a few days, the scout ship crew made repeated forays into the wreck. Yeah. And finally encountered the remains of something and took samples, returned to the vessel. Yeah. And then when that ship didn't return, a second ship was sent to investigate. This too is standard practice. And yep, second crew had no idea what. Yep. And then yeah, they found their ship, their sister ship, dead in space. Boarded, were attacked by shamblers. Made a brave attempt to search, and yeah, retreated and returned back to the Endeavor. Sorry, my dog is going crazy in the background.
I'm gonna have to step away for a few minutes. Be right back.
Okay, yeah, I'll support it to calm my dog down.
He's he's in the bathroom.
Nah. Nah.
3 weeks, right?
Hmm?
Another 3 weeks to get back.
Oh, I think it's gonna be longer than that. Let's see, because you just jumped once so far. It's gonna be like, where are we? If you just went once,
It took us 11 weeks
yeah.
to get
my
from
God.
1, 2,
Zaflucht
3,
to
4,
where we
5,
needed to
6,
be.
7, 8, 9, 10. You got 10 more weeks, yeah.
Damn. I didn't realize
Yeah.
how long it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Whoa!
What?
I rolled a random character with that uh there's like a online, app or tool for traveler, and uh strength 1, dex 1,
Oh.
endurance 1.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he
Int,
gets hit once, he's dead.
yeah. 63. So, and I was looking at the yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah.
That's like a newborn baby. What?
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, aging crisis, uh, in their 12th term. Um, yeah, they did 12 terms. Captain Mabel
Jeez.
Sapping. This might be a potential hiree for you guys to bring on for your the ship when you hire on people.
Uh-huh.
Are there any perks to this person other than old and feeble?
Social 10.
Oh wow.
Lots of skills. I mean, tons of skills.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Captain in the army. Bunch of 5 different careers: army, scholar, merchant, drifter, noble.
Oh my god. My man's been around, but
Yeah,
Wait, went from drifter to noble?
yeah.
talk about an
Let's
upgrade.
see.
Yeah.
Started out, became an army support at age 18. Private. Surrounded and outnumbered by the enemy, you hold off until relief arrives. This is all in the first term. Commissioned in army support. Now a lieutenant. Promoted to army support officer rank 2. Now a captain. Term 2, continues army support at age 22. Unit is slaughtered in a disastrous battle for which you blame your commander. Gain commander as enemy. Term 3, became field researcher at age 26, so must have left the army. Refused to join a cheat in some fashion. Promoted to rank 1. Continues field researcher at age 30. Romantic relationship ends badly. Gain rival or enemy. Term 5, continues field researcher. A rival researcher blackens your name. God, this person's got a lot of enemies or rivals. Continues field
fun.
researcher for term 6. A disaster leaves several injured and others blame you, forcing you to leave the career. Gain a rival. Term
Jesus.
6, scarred, fully recovered. Owes $5,000 for medical, 5,000 credits for medical bills. 7, became a broker at age 42. Term 7, embroiled in legal trouble. Promoted to rank 1. Term 8, continued as broker. Injured, fully recovered, but owes another 2,500 credits in medical bills. Term 9, became a scavenger. That's the drifter. At age 50, must have just like not, rolled into whatever they were trying to get into. Attacked by enemies that you easily defeat. A gain enemy if you don't already have one. Term 10, continued as scavenger. You don't know what happened to you. There's a gap in your memory, so they just lost time when they're in their late 50s or mid 50s. Term 11, you became a dilettante and then a wastrel. Refused to join a conspiracy of nobles, gained another enemy, promoted to rank 1. And then term 12, aging crisis. Owe 20,000 credits for medical bills. Jeez.
God damn.
Yeah.
Sure has some experience.
Yeah.
Rough ones at that.
Man, I couldn't. The broker too. Good skill to have. What are you two doing on the week for the jump? Just training or what's?
Yeah, I was training investigation,
Okay.
playing peekaboo around the ship.
Yeah.
Help out where needed, but I mean, if Eamon is willing to keep teaching me, I would love to keep learning telepathy.
Okay. What's what's your telepathy at?
My telepathy score right now is a 1.
Okay.
My study period, I've completed 1 study period. I need to work on 1 more to get it to a 2.
Gotcha.
And I'm at 0 weeks so far. So essentially, this first week would be my first week back, but I don't, or would be the first week, but I don't know if there's much help I could actually be to the people that we just brought on board, the scientists and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And plus, I don't know if we really want to. Well, I mean, how would we train with a bunch of other people on board?
Yeah.
Just
That's a
like
good question.
both sit in the cockpit, just not talking to each other for hours on end, but talking to each other for hours on end. Like,
Yeah.
by the way, thank you guys. Sitting down and talking it all through has gotten a lot of stress off my chest because I've
Yeah,
never planned
absolutely.
anything
Yeah,
like
of
this.
course.
So
Yeah.
It's a big scheduling thing with a lot of people, so
yeah,
getting it up and out of the way is much more relieving.
yes. I just need to remind myself, make a note for going to or just contacting C&M Games or can always check the Rusty Scabbard too
Hmm.
and see what those are.
Okay, I'm back.
Right.
Hello.
I'll probably have to step away pretty quick again just because my drink's about empty.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yeah. Oh, Henry. That's not right. There we go. That's right. You want to get some more three more
Mechanic and Jake.
yeah, checks to get you to Topaz.
The lowest I rolled was a 9.
15, 10, and 8.
All right.
Do you need to know the specific rolls?
What was your lowest?
9.
Oh, you're good. That is one more maintenance period. It's technically a week over one, but and mortgage.
And that's we've got 2 built up now, right?
Did you not do one?
Well, we were.
I
can't remember if we.
I think we said you could like have purchased parts. Yeah, like and do it in space.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I probably did already take the money out then.
Yeah.
And we'll need to refuel.
Yeah.
So calculator. They should sell this game with a calculator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another 900,000 down for fuel and.
Crazy how much stuff comes.
Mm-hmm.
We're operating on the large scale.
And do we assume we're having, because everybody we know now is clean,
Mm-hmm.
are we assuming that they're getting off of our ship to find their own passage back at this point instead of living in our cargo bay?
That's a good question. When do you want to let them off? The Serendip Belt would probably be the best place to let them off. That's a Class A starport versus like
Okay.
the D's is Topaz and Berlichingen. I'd say Serendip Belt would be an okay place, or you could take them all the way back to Zuflucht, but Serendip Belt would probably be the safest place. At least Jarla would like to ride back to Zuflucht with you. But and I think Finn would probably even offer to like just pay for, he'll say the company will pay for people to just get off at Serendip and like rest at like a hotel or whatever there. The company will pay for their rooms until or even arrange passage for them the rest of the way back. So yeah, they don't have to sleep on the floor. if you guys are okay sharing, bunks and stuff for Jarla and I don't know. It's up to you what you want to do with Trenins. Trenins can stay and he can take a ship with someone else with the rest of the scientists.
I mean, she can share a bunk with me. Doesn't bother
Okay.
me.
For Jarla.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the guy in the airlock? Or he's out of the airlock now, but
It's up to him if he wants to ride. We've got an extra bed open. If he doesn't, he's welcome. I mean,
okay, yeah,
go with the others.
cool. All right, let's get 4 more checks, I guess.
Well, 3 more, don't we? Well, actually, where are we at? We're at Topus right now. Do you want to do
Yeah.
4 more and we just kind of breeze by Serendip?
Yeah, we'll research and
Okay.
say we did it. 4 more gets us to Glore, and then we'll do the next maintenance period. It's technically 3 more to the next maintenance period, but 4 more for fuel.
The lowest I had was an 8.
Okay.
And that was in the last one.
Lowest I had was an 8 2, 8 9 or 10 9 8 actually.
Cool.
So I know I was doing steward duties up to Serendip.
Mhm.
I
So,
mean,
yeah,
I
you get
still
2
have
weeks.
Darla and him, but the other, so with just them, as the duties light enough that I can do my training as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, I was going to say we can just alternate, but
And then that's another maintenance and mortgage.
Oh. I just had to minus the same number again.
Yeah. And luckily, when you get to the deflect, it'll be 1 more maintenance mortgage because it'll be 3, and there's 1 that's been overlapping. So it'll even the math out nicely for me.
So,
perfect.
question for you, Henry. Did you say yes that I could continue training with
Yes.
Eamon this entire
Yeah,
time?
you can for 1 more. You can for 1 more rank to up to rank 2. Yeah, because that's his
Okay.
highest rank for telepathy.
Okay. Yeah. So, this would be week 8, correct? Like 8
This
weeks
trip.
since of this trip.
Yes.
Okay, I have to roll then. Now that is
You roll
I remember.
psi.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I roll psi, just base psi.
Yeah, base psi. Trying to hit 8 up.
8 up.
All right.
Does my 1
9.
help there too?
From your boost for psi. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I rolled an 8, so 9.
Nice.
That means I got telepathy at level 2 now.
Do you need multiple? Do you already have a 1 study period for it?
I already had 1 study period complete.
Okay.
So that was my second study period, so that would have given me the last one I needed. Oh no,
Gotcha.
now what do I go with? Oh no.
Got to doing mundane things now.
I know. I could do that
I'm gonna
or wait, I don't know. I don't think I could work on telekinesis. Could I work on telekinesis? Is Eamon gonna Are we gonna be staying with Eamon long enough for me to learn telekinesis?
Do you have telekinesis?
I have telekinesis at 0.
So does he.
Ah, darn. Okay. Okay, let me figure out what I want to do then.
What holes does Lexian fill other than driver?
Strong man.
Yeah. Okay, so the main thing I was thinking about going with, because I found myself in this situation multiple times, is doing melee bludgeon. Because I find that I'm parrying with my gun more often than I am parrying with a sword.
That makes sense.
So that way I can at least have a point in it.
I am going to be improving my athletics dexterity. I've been noticing a trend with failing those checks.
Yeah.
Cover your weakness. Good idea.
But yeah, other than that, what else would I really be doing?
Um,
Like, what would
you
you
do
guys?
electronics. You do electronics computers, don't you? What do you have it at?
I have electronics computers at 1.
Okay, because that one I don't have anything in. So unless 428 has that, that would be a good place to put focus.
Oh yeah, I have electronics computers.
What do you have it at?
1.
Okay, so him and I are
So
kind of pretty much the same.
yeah, either one of you guys could like dive into it to build it up. Um, we were each kind of working on one sort of engineering, weren't we? Like I know 428's kind of got the most of it, but I've started working on power. I have it at 1.
I ended up with a 0 in engineering. So
A net 0 is still very good for
yeah,
engineering
Right.
it
anyway.
takes away the -3 and makes it all positive, at least on my end. So
What's 428's?
My
Um,
engineering,
yeah, what are each of them at?
J drive 2 and the rest at 1.
Okay, so
it would take me
Lexi could
8.
potentially,
Yeah,
like, if you wanted to stake, you want to take life support, and then 428 does J drive, M drive.
can do that. What about power?
And I
We seem
mean,
to use that a lot.
well, that's
Yeah.
one I'm working on. I've got it at a plus
Oh,
1, so
okay.
I'll be building it up
Okay, so I'll just work on life support.
more. Because if we
After
had somebody with each of those at a 2, that would be probably
mhm.
pretty damn helpful.
After I get my athletics up to at least a net 0, not a net -1, I'm gonna start working on mechanic and getting that up to just really high numbers. Because I feel like that's the one skill that like no one necessarily has a reason to need high, except for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I have it at a 0. So yeah, so like I can help with something, but I'm not great at it. Another thing Lexian could potentially look at doing, and I'd have to, I felt like I'd probably have to forego some periods, but I could get you to, I'm a 0 in science, so I might be able to train you in like the basics of science. Because us having different science fields potentially could be helpful with what we're looking at doing with these deep space guys.
Yeah, true. And
But we
I would
can wait and see what kind of pops up there.
I don't we have a skills package that has the science in it for our Neuralink?
Um, I
I
think
thought
you
I
can get,
I thought we got one.
if we don't, we can always look to buy one.
I thought we got one on oh god,
I
it might be far enough back that it might have been Tech World.
It was Tech World that's the only place I think we ever bought any. And I lost that. I wrote it down it was when I was using the other character sheet, I wrote it down and it didn't save properly. And I don't remember what mine was. Like, I think I had one like in computers at the time, but I'm not sure. So I just decided I didn't have any and then I'll go shop for them again at some point.
Oh my god. Hey Doom, you want to hear something funny?
what's that?
Will was a drow who was a druid rogue named Luca. I have that in my
Mhm.
notebook still.
What was that
Holy
even
cow.
from?
Like the 2 sessions that you had in person with a group of friends.
Oh yeah, yeah. That quickly crumbled down because
quickly
I'm like I'm not.
quickly devolved.
Yeah, because I'm like I'm not doing this.
Yeah. This is all Midgard adventures.
Does
And
Lexian
then,
have heavy weapons?
no.
That's another thing you could look at. I mean,
Yeah.
if anybody's firing very large guns, I feel like it's him. I don't know though; those are all mounted guns.
Yeah,
So,
those are all mounted. So
There's
like
you
I
can't
have,
really get into that.
Man
yeah.
Portable has is heavy weapons.
Oh, okay.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes.
Yep, I
Jinx
see
has
it
that.
there.
Jinx has one in that. Get artillery. You guys need to start carrying around, or like hauling around howitzer.
Hey,
Yeah,
I was
totally.
saying
Just
the
for
black
just for
powder,
steel black powder cannon. Yeah, just for
black powder
standard
cannon in the airlock is not a
Yeah.
bad idea.
field use.
Load up with
just
grape
for-
shot.
Yeah.
Face down, dagger, and back. That was okay. That was getting murdered.
That's the because that's like a whole subsection of like traveler players that just like build their own little traveler subsectors. That's the subsector of like the traveler subsector army build, is that all space combat is old school naval combat where they just have all their airlocks filled with black powder cannons and they just full side by side just fire, and the spaceships go in the opposite directions from the force of the cannons firing.
Oh no,
Boarding
Yeah.
is literally never
that
an option.
subsector does not use normal M drives.
No,
For
yeah.
regular maneuvers, they do everything by light sails.
Yeah, it's all light sails. Exactly. Yeah. It's all Count Dooku's ship.
So
Yeah.
I have, when we bought the neural jacks, I have, or at least I bought, an electronic sensors package at level 2. So I definitely have that one. I have that one written down for some reason.
A number 2 doesn't give you level 2. I don't think it lets you pass harder checks. I think they all give you either a 1 or a +1, but you're only allowed to use them on so hard a check. So, like if you have a 2, I think that you can do anything up to a 10. But if it requires a 12 to pass, then you're not allowed to use your disc toward it. That's the way that works.
Okay.
Odd.
I do
the,
remember one I
scout ship?
got was medic.
Hmm?
I kind of quit using that, but technically my medic is at a 4 most of the time.
Damn.
You're putting the ships on the
Yeah, I'm just going around putting stuff on the map where you guys have found things.
Okay.
Yeah, mission things on. Yeah, just populating the map with stuff you guys have discovered, trying to remember where things have happened.
Well, I want to go to I want to go to this new subsector we were talking about now because it sounds like fun.
Which subsector?
The one with the light sails and the cannons.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
428 would have to get real cool real fast.
Yeah.
Oh man, like in-game weaponry could be cannons that shoot little miniature black holes.
Yeah. Oh, God.
God. Talk about
Like
devastating
at the little
things.
neutrino bomb
Yeah.
that collapses a black hole on the target.
Oh look, there was a horse.
Yep.
A giant horse in the middle of space.
In the middle of space. Oh,
How is it
freaking
running at us?
on TikTok there was a one of those horses, and the way it's Shavalsky, it's pronounced Shavalsky. I was way off with the way I was saying that by calling it Przewalski's, but Shavalsky's horses is how they're pronounced. But okay, well, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I guess that's what someone was saying online. Yeah, but because everything you see online is perfectly true. But yeah, apparently it's Shavalsky's horse. But yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, Arcturus or not? Yeah, Schlesian. It was the Schlesian, but that's where. Actually, he's in Station 1. Yeah. And
Yeah, it's correct. It's pronounced Shavalsky
yeah,
or P horse for short.
P horse. There we go. I should have that. P horse. Good old P horse.
We should go back to the cuttlefish at some point.
Yeah.
Pillage it for technology.
Yeah, but
All
then we
right.
have to.
You guys got your stuff done?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Ready
Let's
for
get-
another 4 jumps?
3. Just 3.
3.
Oh no, it's our 11 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. 3, and then we got one more mortgage and maintenance.
Cool. The lowest I rolled was a 9.
Nice.
11, 6, 8.
There we go. Back to the fluct.
And to do one more minus all my money. And with
How
that, the Myers stores are down to 2.5 million.
Oh no.
Ah.
It takes $1 million almost every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, oh no, we can only run it for another 5 weeks. Or yeah, another. What?
We get
Yeah.
by with another 8.
Yeah.
Well, technically, we could go longer than that. We just start missing maintenance periods.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys are back to Deflect. What's the plan?
I mean, I would assume we would go with Flem back to report everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would reckon that's the plan.
Yeah. So you set up a meeting. Do you want to give me a electronics comms check?
Yep.
In. Set up a meeting.
And 8.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. When you land, Mr. Burke will be waiting for you in his office.
Those are my cursed rolls, by the way.
Yeah,
Is
the
comms check.
electronics.
I
Yeah.
cannot roll a good comms check.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have a +3 at this point, and it's going to work most of the time.
We're all cursed in some way.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Burke's waiting for you in his office. Or he'll be waiting for you in the observation lounge.
Okay. Yes, we walk in the office.
Mhm.
Well, Mr. Burke, I feel like this one might be one for the books.
Yeah, he's got a data pad in his hand and he's reading over. He's like, yes, I was just reading over Mr. Wyatt's report. Frankly, unbelievable. But let's hear it from you guys. Let's see what happened out there.
Well, I mean, what we saw, you heard everything the crew had told you in the report. What we saw is just a nearly derelict ship. I mean, it is derelict; it ain't moving nowhere, but it still has power, so you still got people alive. I honestly don't know for how much longer. And the the zombie mushroom situation is literally something straight out of a horror movie. It's awful. The only thing we know that's really effective on this thing is fire. So if you're sending crews there to save the other people, bring lots of fire.
He's listening.
From what I can get, from what we've been able to gather, and what we encountered while we were there, the mental health of any remaining crew members is in great question. It seems that they've resorted to very tribal behaviors, and instead of working together to keep themselves alive, have turned into factions. And seems like numbers are slowly dwindling by the day as more of them getting caught by these shamblers, as they call them. If you're going to act, you probably want to act quickly, but you do want to act with extreme caution. This, you bring that back to civilization, you're looking at potentially world-ending stuff there.
Okay, and you did manage to bring back some of the science staff.
Yes, they had successfully quarantined themselves in a way that they seemed safe to bring back, and they were, while the others had broken off into tribes, they seemed still very about their wits and interested in coming to a resolution to the problem. So, as a resource to bring back to figure out how to deal with this problem, it felt like bringing those guys back would be of high importance and of low enough risk to do so. Didn't see anybody else, and I hate to say this as a doctor, but again, world ending mushroom zombie viruses and all. I didn't see anybody else as a high enough value to risk without better equipment and better teams going in there to sanitize.
Very well. Thank you for the information, and well done. Yeah. Shocked you found the ship, but you sounds like you all conducted yourself well. At least that's what Mr. Wyatt's report says.
Against most any other threat, I would like to think we would have did a lot more than what we did there, but it is a especially harrowing threat.
It sounds like discretion was the wiser option in this case.
So, if I may ask, what's the plan going forward?
We'll send a better equipped recovery team out there, and now that they know what they're going to be up against, I think they'll take a few weeks to prepare and equip, and we'll see what we can do. But
Well, I don't know about the other scientists that we brought back, but I think it might be worth talking to Jarla. I think she might be willing to go back.
Yeah,
because she seemed most vested in finding a cure to this.
Yeah, Miss Klein is getting looked over in one of our labs right now, and if she's interested in returning, she's welcome. Otherwise, she can stay here. As for you, a deal's a deal. Your contracts are active, as of this point, active. I'm aware you said you needed to take some time to crew your current ship. Is that correct?
That is correct. We need to find a crew to keep this thing running. Hopefully, we can do that fairly quickly. And after that, we should be able to book passage to get back to here and board our new ship and see what our new missions entail.
All right. And what sort of? I imagine you're going to Glore. That's the nearest starport from to here, where you would find likely crew.
Glore. I hope to have good enough luck in Glore that we can find a crew we feel like we can turn this over to. We do have to find someone to captain the ship. That's going to be obviously the hardest thing, is finding somebody we feel is both qualified enough and trustworthy enough. At
Mhm.
most, we may have to go to the Serendip Belt and see if we can find someone there with a bigger
Okay.
starport.
So 6 or maybe 3, 6 or maybe 10 weeks. You think so? You return?
Yeah, that seems like a decent time range. Hopefully, we can get here quicker, more before the 6 range, but that seems fair. 6 to 10.
And as far as any requirements for the Godwit, were there any specific um, requests that you had? The ship is largely complete, but we have time to make any. We can make any modifications in that time frame. Luckily,
Is there a med bay?
there is. There's a laboratory that you can multi-purpose that you can use as a med bay.
How many low berths do we have?
There are 6.
That seems a fair amount. Um, 428, you'll be captaining. Have any special requests? Want to make sure the chair swivels?
Well, I would assume that's a given for a ship.
Thought that was more of a Jinx requirement.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jinx is over there asking for alcoholic hot chocolate machine.
Yeah.
Alcoholic hot, yeah, that what the weapons are on the thing. Is there a place big enough to store her guns?
What defensive turrets are on the ship?
So it still has its Oh, that's a good question. So they need to remove uh either the railgun or the particle beam. They can keep one or the other. It's up to you. Which one do you want to keep? They're both
Um,
barbets.
is
That
are both of them directional, or
both of those are directional. There are 2 triple turrets, a ventral and dorsal one. But as far as like the forward facing directional weapons, they need to remove one of those just because the storage for yeah. Well, I think
let's
yeah, the
see,
particle beam.
what's the
Yeah, yeah, it doesn't actually have a lot of storage.
We used a particle beam before, didn't we?
I don't think so.
is that what was on the cuttlefish?
Yeah,
I
wasn't
guess
that what?
it was
Yeah,
it was a beam turret. Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know if it was a particle beam or not. Um,
I don't know. Whatever it was, we kept
yeah,
critting with it and murdering every ship.
Yeah, because
yeah,
it was a more of a radiation weapon.
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe you're right. Yeah, yeah. I guess you're right.
Um, what's the rail guns for the ship like? Let's see weapons.
And then they also had to get rid of the sand caster.
What's on the triple turrets? Do they have a loadout on those, or
The triple turrets are. Yeah, give me a sec. Beam lasers.
oh, the base book does not have a rail cannon?
I think I can get it.
It's got the particle barbet. I'm assuming
Yeah.
that's the particle beam.
That is. So particle beam damage 3D, range very long. Railgun. And traits radiation. Railgun range short, damage 2D, but AP 4.
I like the very long range particle gun myself. But you guys, further away,
I
better.
tend to agree.
Yeah, I like particle gun.
Yeah. Higher tech level as well. Sometimes so it could be harder finding. It's TL12 versus TL10 for the and a higher power requirement, power 8 versus power 2.
Oh wow.
So with the triple turrets, can you mix and match on those?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
And when you fire them, does it fire all three turrets at once, or are you picking?
I don't. I think you pick.
Because if you pick it, I feel like it's worth making one of those turrets a missile rack on both of them. Technically, if it's always a pick, I think we could do a laser missile rack sandcaster situation.
Yeah, they removed the Sandcaster and just have 3 beam lasers on it currently. Because they had to. They're trying to. They have to.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
If 2 or more weapons are of the same type, they may be fired together.
There you
So
go.
having triple beam lasers on there means you're firing
3 beam lasers.
all 3 beams with
Yeah.
huge shot.
So they can't add like the Sandcasters or the missiles because they're trying to cut down on storage space to make up for having the extra jump capacity.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the 3 beam lasers.
Any drones? Pretty sure Jinx would want some drones of some sort.
Yeah, there are drones.
This thing is jump 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how many jumps can it make on a full tank?
1 jump 4.
One jump 4?
Or you can break that down.
Do they have room to put a collapsible tank in there, or
Not for a full jump 4. I have to go back and do re-break it down to figure out how much cargo space it's actually going to end up having, but potentially for an extra like 1 or 2 jumps, I think afterwards. Might be just 1 more jump after that.
Betting's top class, right?
Hmm?
Betting, top class, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's good betting.
Wood paneling anywhere? Our old
No,
ship had wood paneling.
no wood paneling.
The others are probably happy about that. I miss it. Look nice.
It does also have a ship's boat.
Yeah, I can't think of anything then. It sounds like you guys have it pretty well set up.
Yep, I feel pretty happy. I can't think of any modules I specifically would want.
Can we make it left-hand drive?
uh, that would require. He's like that would require pretty big retrofitting, but well, he's like I can switch the like I can switch the joystick around
Uh,
if you want.
I just need a
why
little
do
bit more
that?
room on my left side.
Yeah.
Can can they can they put a system in that lets you Neuralink to it? Because you do have Neuralink.
Hmm.
I don't think so. I can look at. He says I can look into it.
I know there's an augment, something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know how the augment works. It may be something Lexium would have to get,
gotcha. Yeah.
but then you could like drive the ship with your mind. You already like doing woo woo powers with your mind, so just go along with it.
Yeah.
Just be like walking down the hallway back to my bunk and just be like, oh, hey, gotta make a quick adjustment.
Laying in your bed, looking up at the ceiling.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So nothing really, besides looking into potentially that like hooking up to your Neuralink. Nothing. No big changes.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Um. The other thing was oh Lexian, you have questions about your dream.
Oh yeah, you
Uh,
were gonna. Well, we're gonna be employees soon, so we'll have access to their records, right?
Hmm.
yeah.
So we can just
You're
go through the
employees now.
records then. What's
Yeah,
that?
you're now officially employees.
Yeah, well, I was figuring. I mean, unless you're in a hurry, Lexi, and we get the Meyer staff to get out here, and once we get on our ship's going to be loaded with all their records, so we can always just go through things then.
That's what I was
You know,
thinking.
we're in jump space. You can spend a whole week just looking at pictures of trees or whatever.
Yeah, true.
Just don't go to our trees. You won't be looking at trees. Well, let's go crew this Meyer.
Yeah.
Let's go get us a bunch of wieners. I mean, winners.
All right.
Can we call them the B team, the baloney team?
I like. Whoever's captain of the ship's got to be able to get along with Oscar.
Yeah, that would be a rough time to see them disappear because they're like, nah, Oscar's annoying. It's like, well, fuck.
I'm kind of surprised Oscar the Grouch hasn't come up yet.
Too obvious.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. You want to give me, I guess, 3 checks?
$13, $10, $10. And that first week, I'll go to 8.
12.
All right.
Oh, 7.
Ah, you're good.
Son of a bitch.
That was 3 weeks.
Mhm.
3 weeks.
I failed my roll 2 study periods in a row now.
Oh,
Ah,
Oh, 2 more weeks. Get this eventually.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get to Glore. How many crew members are you looking for?
I mean, we need a captain, an astrogator, an engineer. I mean, obviously, people can potentially double dip on some of those.
essentially, we need
A
at least
pilot.
4.
Yeah,
One
we
to
need at
replace
least
each of
4.
us.
And then Eamon's coming with us, so we would need one more person to work the dock. Or yeah,
Mhm.
and they should be able to operate like that. So I guess 5 total.
The Oscar has like low berths and stuff, doesn't it?
The Meyer,
Yeah. Sorry.
it got, I think, 2. Right.
So do we need somebody with steward too?
No, because I think we're sending this out as just strictly a cargo ship, right? They're just hauling cargo 24/7.
I mean, if we have the low berths, why not use them?
Cause I'm not there to watch over the low berths, and people sometimes die coming out of low berths. They're not don't have the proper experience attending to them.
Okay.
And really, the money they'd make off of that is a drop in the bucket compared to the cargo. I'll go refill my drink real quick.
All right.
I think the hard part's mostly going to be finding people that have our skill set.
Yeah, I mean, you're unlikely to find people that that match you guys, because you're
Very specific, specialized.
yeah, and yeah,
Essentially, to land and to navigate, we need pilot, astrogator, engineer. One of those three can also be the broker. One of those can also be the admin. And the third one can also kind of one of those can also be like kind of strong.
Right.
So like if we got lucky, we could technically do it with 3 crew members. But we definitely
I will say too, this group is going to be much more grounded in the sense of they're just cargo haulers, so they're going to be doing much less like combat and have less to
Yeah.
worry about when it comes to fighting.
Mhm.
Because truthfully, if they get attacked and lose things, that's kind of what like space insurance is for.
Yeah.
I imagine there's some form of space insurance to cover your cargo and your ship. Or maybe not, maybe less the cargo, but like your ship damages.
I mean, there's if you travel back in time just a little bit, we have we had insurance sending ships to other places.
Mm-hmm.
So like essentially going from Europe to the Americas, you had insurance that if it sank at any point, you would get a massive payout.
Right.
So like there would probably be some form of space insurance here.
Yeah. And even still, I mean, man, that thing can haul cargo. As long as you get a good broker, we're probably set.
Dang, if only we were hauling mules or something, we could say it was hauling ass.
Yeah.
Although it is slow as shit.
Yeah. Gotta be a caveat somewhere.
All right. All right.
Did we find any wacky characters yet?
Not yet. Do you want to give me? Ooh, how are you going about finding crew?
Do we want to put out a wanted ad, or I mean, I felt like just rolling into a random bar and asking around is probably not the best thing when we're looking for a full crew like this.
Yeah, there's got to be like recruiting locations, like job finders.
Yeah, be like an admin check, I think.
I have that as 0.
Jinx has it at 1.
What do you roll with?
I'd say int.
I got a +2 there.
I
But
think int or maybe social. Int or social. What do you think?
int or education, I would think for admin, right?
Yeah, let's say int. She's a 0 for int. What's your int? 1?
Mine's 2.
2? Yeah. Why don't you roll?
Okay. Actually, I want to make sure we get a good crew. And it's late. I want to burn 3 luck.
Okay.
Which gives me an 11.
11. Nice. Okay. So, yeah. So you're looking on the forums, or like the job finder trad. Might even be the farts, like currently, uh, like people who are listed available. People who are licensed uh, and certified who could captain the ship, who would be like licensed to actually captain a vessel of this like tonnage. There are currently 2 people on Glore. There's Mabel Sapping and there's Selena Romero. They are both in their 60s. Selena is 67, Mabel 63. They both are former military. Looks like Mabel was in the army, and Selena was in the Navy. Both have a wealth of various, and they also have maybe some other experiences.
I mean, I felt like captain should be picking captain. You want old lady number 1 or old lady number 2, 428?
Um, they're both really similar, it seems. What's the?
One of them is drive mole. Mole is one of the skills.
Which one is better social?
Um, Definitely Mabel. Well, so do you want to give me a check to kind of like interview them?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So if you're gonna interview them just to kind of get an idea, to actually get some information about their skills. Why don't you give me a?
We'll see how this goes. Roll was pretty low.
What would that be? I don't know. Leadership? Do you have leadership?
Leadership is 0.
Yeah, you give me a leadership. Social?
That's what I was
Yeah,
afraid
I know
of.
your social's not good, is it? Yeah.
3.
3?
So see if you had luck left to burn.
Yeah,
I
do you
mean,
have luck? Yeah.
I had already made the roll
Yeah, roll.
before.
Yeah. I mean, so you don't get a whole lot of information about their skills, but just talking to them, I mean, you're awkward. Like, not you. 428 is awkward. And Selena Romero, like talking to her is also awkward. So just like the 2 of you going back and forth is kind of like it's just an awkward situation. Whereas Mabel, she like brings a lot of confidence to the situation, and she sort of is able to like kind of work her way through the conversation itself.
Yeah, I probably probably pick Maple then. Because like, and I see it as like if you're a sociable person, you're probably the better one for being a pilot crew or the crew of a pilot. But whatever, crew of a ship.
Can her middle name be Ing?
Ing?
Yeah. She'd be Maybelline.
Maybelline. Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it. Yeah. Maybelline Zapping. Yeah. Cool. Next, same admin check you got. As far as like pilots go, there are also let me get let's see. And the captains are also take care of the broker. They both of them are good brokers.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you're good with brokers, captains. You've got Twilla Jackson, 56, and you've got Juan McRodden, 35. As she's 56, she's had a lot of work experience. Twilla Jackson, she was formerly a drifter. She was a merchant. She was briefly a rogue, a criminal, an enforcer, and then she spent 12 years as a petty officer, second class, as a flight officer in the Navy. Juan McRoden, 35. He spent 12 years as a as petty officer, third class in the Navy, and then he spent 4 years just wandering.
You wanna have them take the ship out, Lexi, and see how each one of them handle it?
Maybe not the big ship. Maybe the skiff inside.
I mean, different skill set though, right?
I mean, they're both
I mean,
spacecraft.
no, the little one's
One
small.
small craft.
Oh yeah, shit, you're right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Well,
don't
I
we want
have
to make
I have
sure they
that in there. Yeah.
don't we want to make sure they can handle the big ship that they're going to be driving every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figure we can get a performance check like a month or two, or well, probably a couple months after we've given it to them.
If you're all still alive.
Well, we wouldn't have to worry about the company after that if they're dead.
I mean, we could always catch up with them pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you want to do with how do you want to assess these
Festivals.
these pilots?
I guess first sit there and probably drill them on a couple hypotheticals that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Just to test their knowledge of things. And
Okay.
then probably take them up and have them just do like a quick little essentially flying test.
Yeah. Will you give me a piloting spacecraft with intellect?
Uh 11.
11. Nice.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. So, go. You're good. Yeah. So from an experience standpoint, you can see that like Twilla, the older candidate, she has more experience flying like larger spacecraft. So she has pilot spacecraft at rank 2.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Juan McRoden has pilot spacecraft at rank 1. but he also has, like, talking to him, you can tell that he also understands how to fly smaller craft. He has pilot spacecraft. He has pilot small craft at rank 2, whereas she doesn't. She just has pilot spacecraft. So it's kind of a trade off. She can maybe pilot the bigger ship slightly better. He has a little bit more diversity in what craft he can pilot. So it's kind of, that's from your theoretical conversations with him. That's the information you kind of gather. Yeah, and then you take them up, fly him around. You can see that he just like the kind of the like 20 years that he has on her. You do see there is that kind of quickness in his response time is there. There's that little bit of extra speed. His dex is higher as well.
His dex being higher probably offsets the spacecraft knowledge that she has, but he can also fly the smaller one, so I'm probably going to pick him.
Okay, cool. Yeah. He also has astrogation 1.
Well, he can do double duty then there.
Yeah.
I mean, we can potentially let, like, I don't think we need a special comms person. Potentially we can let the captain or the driver do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last person that you do find on the planet, there is only one person with like engineering qualifications, Kenneth Romero. And yeah, he's got qualifications in engineering. He's passed multiple tests in both life support and power. He's like qualified to work on jump drives, but he's not passed like next level testing in those. But as an engineer, do you want to interview him for 28?
Yeah, why not? Just to get an idea for what I'm.
Can Gino like assist him since he saw him struggling with the captains?
Yeah. I mean, he's an engineer, so he doesn't have. It's as an engineer interviewing him, he doesn't have to use his social for this in this instance.
Okay. I just thought if I helped him with the talking parts of it, maybe we could roll the boon or something.
Yeah.
What I would mostly be assessing. I mean, for engineering, it's really simple to be like, hey, when this breaks, what's your go-to? You know?
Gotcha. Yeah. Kind of take him around the ship, kind of point at things like, how are you gonna fix this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially even like maintenance things that need to happen. I'll be like, hey, go ahead and perform that maintenance real quick. Little things like that.
Yeah. You want to give me just a straight engineering check with your intellect?
Sure. Straight engineering would just be a net 0.
Yeah.
Okay. And 8.
8. Nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like, he's 30. He's basically like, talking to him. You find out that he's been a scientist for the last 12 years. Like, that's what he did straight out of high school. He worked as a scientist. He has a really good understanding of things from like a theoretical background, and he's like been a tinkerer his whole life. So he has a good understanding of like a lot of applied engineering things. He hasn't worked as an engineer, but he, like I said, he's a tinkerer. He has like some basic understanding of like mechanics. He's got a lot of good like understanding of engineering, things like that. He's sort of just like looking for an opportunity to work as an engineer. So he's like, is he a stellar engineer? No, but is he a fine enough engineer to work on a cargo ship? Yes.
Is he willing to continue learning on the job? He's going to have a lot of downtime.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially as like a guy who's like I said, he's been a career scientist his whole time. His whole life has been learning. He's more than happy to. He's sort of like that's what he's sort of hoping to do, to learn on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like after that, I'd recommend him some books and some places to go to help with like engineering and
Mhm.
like general mechanics and spaceship stuff. And yeah, it'll take a while.
Yeah.
And
Potentially keep an eye out for another engineer because it is a huge ship. But
yeah, and that's what I was about to say. With us running out of people, are we? Because we're out of people here, right?
Yeah. That's just about everybody that you found.
But
At
we've
least today.
got enough to operate the ship now.
Hmm.
Do we want to just put Ike in charge since she's new dockmaster of getting a dockhand to help her?
yeah,
Sure.
So
honestly,
she can handle hiring that position.
I'm honestly not even opposed to like having uh the captain like let Ike do another dockhand, but having them as they're traveling potentially pick up another person if they think they're noteworthy.
Yeah, at least on a trial thing until they can get back to us. Give them
Yeah,
that discretion.
Yeah.
because like
And that's you found those people through that like formal method, like formal route. If you guys want to search for more people, you could do the like walk into the Starports tavern and you know ask around. It's up to you. If
Do
you
you
feel
guys
comfortable with them setting off, then you're set.
I mean,
which
Ike always did more of the cargo moving than Lamont did anyway, so the only thing I'm the least bit nervous about is in case of an attack, but I think Ike can handle the Sandcaster, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they've got all their bases covered.
cool.
And yeah, I think then they send their profits and their reports. They just let us know if they brought anybody on new and send over their credentials, and you can make final assessment.
I love being a business owner.
Nope.
But yeah, I think that should set us up.
And I don't know what your thoughts have been about this, Henry. And I doubt anybody else would mind. I don't know how you're going to handle us making profits off the cargo ship, but if you just wanted to make it like a basic number we get like once a month or something, so that way you don't have to do any rolling or anything,
Yeah.
and keep things simplified, that's perfectly okay with me.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
trying to. I was like trying to. Yeah. I'm trying to play around with by like next session. I'm hoping to have a number or like some ideas to play around, to toss around with you guys. I was gonna say like, do we just not want to like have you have to worry about paying for fuel for your other ship? But like, I'd kind of like you guys to like at least get something rather than just like not having to eliminate numbers. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
Maybe we roll a die of some sort and it determines on how much profits they turn for that month.
I,
yeah.
I, I did have an
But
idea that can piggyback off that.
Mhm.
6 different totals. You roll a d6. That's the amount that we get that month.
Yeah.
Like,
The other thing too is I don't know if it necessarily is monthly or not, just because of the like time the travel distance in Traveler.
Right.
Because even like there's like a whole thing, but even banking like is yeah, it depends on where you guys are at the time, but yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. And it might be like once after a certain amount of time, once you're far enough away, it does start coming in every month because then it's reached far enough out that yeah, every month it does just start coming in. Um, yeah, 6 different totals. We could do that, something like that. Um,
I think
yeah, like six different totals. Good month versus bad month sort of thing.
yeah,
I don't mind that. I kind of like that's kind of cool. Yeah.
like if you wanted to take it even further, you could say like this is like a full cargo, this is half cargo, this is like only minor or only incidental or something. Like we roll
Yeah.
it now, and then that's just going to be the base number for the rest of the time.
hmm hmm
Or we could just assign arbitrary numbers to 1 through 6 and have it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't know how in depth you wanted it to be.
I don't know. I'll do some digging. I'll have some. Hopefully, have some information for you by our next session.
I would be surprised if there's no
I think there is.
in-game mechanic.
I think there is. Because I think there's even something about what you get if you roll, if multiple players roll a ship as their mustering out benefits, they just get they get like a regular payment for like having an investment in a ship. Um, and it's sort of seen as yeah, having the investment in that ship doing out there doing business.
And I mean, even then, if we feel more inclined, like if we at some point feel more inclined to lean towards actual roles, I feel like the start of each session, just having a quick, like 10 minute roll check to see how the ships on average did for the session, if you will.
hmm
And whatever that number is, that's the monthly income for Buck.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
That'd be all.
Um, okay. Then, as far as like booking passage, also, what are you taking off the ship?
What do you mean? Like our
Like, what do
weapons
you
and stuff?
yeah, and vac suits, things like that.
We still need to leave them supplied to some degree.
Yeah, I think we take. I mean, we take our personal weapons.
Yeah, taking my personal stuff. That's about it.
I think we leave all the laser pistols on the ship. We leave the vac suits. We can always get new vac suits if they don't have that ship stocked with them.
We'll be getting passive income as well, so we'll have the opportunity to pay for more.
I think I still have 600,000, so I mean, I could buy a vac suit right now probably. Yeah, I think we're still kind of wealthy enough that we can just buy whatever we need for right now. So,
hmm
like the vac suits and stuff, I don't think we need to take any of those with.
Yeah, figure we
Agreed.
go ahead and once we get this new ship, restock with our preferred stuff, and then
Yeah.
continue onward.
It kind of helps suck up a little bit of our excess wealth too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice to
Yeah,
have
the rulebook has it
things
paid
like
out
that.
has it paid out annually as like a dividends on the investment. That's only 25,000 credits. That's not a whole lot. That's
Yeah, that seems low thinking about. I mean, I know the ship's got
yeah.
to it's got to pay all that crew and its bills and everything, but
Yeah.
I felt like
Yeah.
it would make more than that in a year.
Yeah. Yeah. But um no, that's for they even say for simplicity and balance, but yeah, no, I mean it'll be more than 25,000 credits for sure, but we'll just we'll figure it out.
Um, well, what was I gonna say? I guess the question is the new ship. What does it have stocked, or what do we need to get for it?
I guess we get back there, they give us the tour.
Yeah, I mean it probably has vac suits. Um, most standard things you would find on a ship, but that's probably about it. Like other things, you'll need to kind of figure out what you would want
Does it have a
yourself. Yeah,
locker large enough to fit all of Jinx's weapons and stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
I think he has an armory. Currently empty, but eventually not.
With one Jinx moving in, I think it'd be full pretty quick.
Yeah, Jinx.
Jinx saw the movie Matrix once, and she now dreams of the scene where the shelves full of guns are flying at them.
Flying in. All right. Someone want to give me a broker check to find you guys passage off world with int?
That sounds like your realm, Captain.
Yep, give it a go.
I mean, I could always give it a try if you want to pay a couple thousand,
I mean, we
100,000
can
credits.
afford it.
$11.
In fact, I'll splurge for first class.
How can I find it?
We're going to be on the ship for 3 weeks.
Is this the German version?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
das it is.
At least I think it is. Sorry, I'm slightly distracted.
The
Also,
Germans will do that.
Went up to Jungle Gyms a couple weeks ago and got a Milka bar. And I was just sitting here looking at it, and I'm like, that is not uh, entirely English. I forget which section I got it out of. I think it might have been the German section. But like, it also has what looks like French, Russian, Romanian, Belgium, yeah, Belgium, Hungary, SI. I don't
That's
know.
a lot of writing on things.
Yep, Mondelez Deutschland snacks. Yep, there we go.
Doom, what was your broker check?
11.
11. Nice. Okay. Yeah, you're able to find. You can even find high passage if you want it, first class. But it is going to be slightly expensive. You're looking
I wanted
at
the first class. I can pay for everybody. I think
all
I'm
right,
the highest in money right now.
21 grand a person.
21 grand a person.
Oh no, that totally hurts me. I will pay that.
I got 428.
I guess I'll get Jinx. Did Eamon come along with us? Did Jinx come along with us?
Jinx would have. I guess Eamon probably would have too. Yeah.
I can
Alright.
get,
You get one, I'll get the other.
yeah.
Like, so I'll pay 42,000. And then I'll build Jinx later for the amount. My money number went 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7.
Yeah.
Now I should have some comfy accommodations to spend 3 weeks studying.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time the shit sticks.
All right. Yeah, 3 weeks. You don't even need to make checks. Man, what easy travel. Oh, I don't even have to move the ship. The ship is just gonna
The ship is
go
just
off in
gonna
the
fuck off
distance.
on its own.
Yeah.
I have a I have a question.
It's gone. Yeah, go for it.
During those extra couple weeks that we're headed back to Zaflucht,
Hmm.
are we allowed to get any studying done?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what Gina's doing.
Yeah.
Peacefully.
I need 2 study periods to get engineer up
Hmm.
life support. So. Yep. Hold on, let me. So that one is just intellect straight, or is it education straight?
Uh, man, how do I
Educate.
not? Thank you. Gosh,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
education.
Education.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing I got that because that is an exact date. So that means life support goes to a 0, or oh, there is no 0, so that would be 1. Awesome. I guess I'll just keep working on it then.
What are you looking at? Back to work. All right. Everybody got their study stuff done?
Yep.
Okay.
Yarp.
Yeah, you get back to
Copy.
Zaflucht. And there you are. You arrive there 6 weeks later, and your ship is ready. I mean,
Oh shit!
the
That's right.
map's
It
not
was
ready,
6
but
total.
yeah.
Is it 8 to get something up to 1?
Yeah.
All right. And improving study period is int
Education.
education. Ah, perfect.
Yeah, unless you're doing an athletics skill.
I am.
Yeah, then it's and it's that particular.
This is why I'm improving it. I'm trying to make it not so bad.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
can he
We don't
use
regret
luck
that.
on this roll?
Nope.
Ah.
Let me double
Oh
check that to be
no.
sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it is.
Oh man.
Wait, is 8? It's 8, right?
Yeah, you
It's
just have
8.
to reach 8.
Oh, thank fuck. I got exactly 8.
Uh,
But do we just want to call it here then, so you can finish the ship and then brief us on our first mission when Jinx is here?
unless you want to search the do anything about your dream.
Oh yeah, that would be. We can kind of do that right now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
luckily
do you-
you're our computers guy, because I feel like that's a computers check, right?
is he the computers guy?
I
Yeah.
have electronics computers
Ah, okay, cool.
at
Yeah.
1, but I mean, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I thought you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give me electronics
Right.
computers.
You know what? Because I still have it and I haven't used
Within.
it, I'm gonna burn 3 luck.
All right.
So that would be with what?
Int.
Intereducation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Int. So yeah,
Uh,
so you've got your little like sticky note with your like username and password for the Deep Night your Deep Night Corporation login, and you're like sitting at the console on the bridge of the ship, logging into the Deep Night like database, and sorry, go give me a roll.
it's a real good thing that I wasted that luck. That is an 8 exact.
Nice. Okay.
Oh,
Um, and so you're searching. No, you're like typing in keywords of like the description of your dream, or how are you? What are you doing?
uh, oh God, I don't even know how I would put this in like Google or anything like that. I
Yeah.
would like try and
You're.
what?
I start saying you'd be trying to describe, because you're like looking for the plants, right?
I'm looking for the plants. I'm looking for like some like the significant features of like the mountain and like the surrounding area type thing.
Mhm.
See, I
So
feel like the searching the plants would make sense, because then you could like describe what the plants look like, colors, like shapes of
yeah,
leaves or whatever.
and I don't
I
think I
don't know.
saw it. I didn't see any animals. I don't think,
No.
but I can kind of search for the egg too, like kind of describe it and say it was just an animal egg I saw. And I was
Mhm.
trying to remember what planet I was on, type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're at it for like 6 hours. You're at it for a long time. And yeah, you're like putting words in, pulling up pictures, and so the ship has like holographic displays. So you've got your like captain's chair, or the your like pilot's chair, and you've got like all these displays, and you're like flicking through and like looking, flicking through, like no, changing some like the words in your descriptions, no, changing the words, and like people are bringing you coffee and you're drinking and doing it, and after like 6 hours, finally, rather than like going through more pictures, this like journal entry comes up, and um, it's this professor at the University of Tobiah, um, and she's talking about an artifact that she found that she touched, and it like caused this almost like hallucination, or she described it a vision that, and her description of it is the planet, whatever she saw, is almost identical to what you saw, and her name is Professor Ujinka, from the University of Tobiah, um,
Could
which,
you
if
put
I'm
that in
not
the chat
mistaken,
then?
I am. Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
Right now.
thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's where That's where Gino's from, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And Briar.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So she describes touching, and it's an ancients artifact. The ancients were the believed to be the like um uh species of alien that sort of predates all intelligent life form in the like life forms in like the known universe. They are also thought to be responsible for the Vargar originally being uplifted from planet Earth. A lot of the like the various like humanity species spread throughout the galaxy. They're thought to be like the ones who took them from Earth and moved them around the galaxy and dropped them off the Jordani, like put them in various places and like let them evolve separately. They are thought to be these like, I don't know, master manipulators that somehow just uh, went extinct. Um, and occasionally their artifacts are found, and they are these like immensely powerful, but also immensely like unknown and unknowable objects. And so she found one of these things and touched it, and was somehow shown this vision that almost identically matches the dream you saw, even down to this egg and seeing this floating being inside this egg.
Seeing that it's talking about Tobiah, and I've talked to Gino and Briar before about where they're from, I would probably bring it to his attention,
Mm-hmm.
either through the Neuralink or actually find him.
Yeah.
Is it reasonable to think I might have gone to the University of Tobiah?
Didn't you go to the
The
Naval Academy?
military.
No, remember I went in there and
That's
demanded
right.
things with the dean, and they threw me out.
That's right. Yeah.
And then I went just straight into the military. I didn't go to my I didn't go for my
Yeah.
doctorate after I got kicked out of the military.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you might have. You might. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And how old is this Ujinka? If I look her up, how old is she?
Um. Yeah. So you look her up. Will you give me a computer's check?
Yeah,
Within. Um. Yeah.
I might as well burn my last 2 luck since
Okay.
I didn't need to. That was an 11, and then with
Okay.
the 2 luck, that's another 4, so a 15.
Okay. At the time of her death, she was 47.
So she's like about, well, when did she die?
She died at this point about uh like gosh, I'm trying to think. Again, traveler, with all like the traveling you guys have been doing, we'll have to like, don't look too closely at the dates. They might be somewhat off. We'll say 6 months ago. Could have been, could be a little bit more, a little bit less, but I don't think it matters too much. Less than a year ago.
Um, Seeing that, can I look at the journal entry and see what it stated versus her death and date of her time of death?
Yeah, the journal entry is about a year ago,
Okay,
and so yeah, so it looks like she died, a couple months after. And with your what was your role in the computer's check?
a 15.
15. Yeah. And it looks like she died. She was in um, you, you being a local from Tobiah, you see that she was in like a particularly nasty part of like the lower city. You're not sure why a like well-respected professor at the university would be down there. And she just like see a picture of her. She's like, like a middle-aged professor, looks pretty bookish, like just doesn't look like somebody who, you you know, like she sticks out. Like she sticks out in a rough part of town, and she probably got robbed. And that's certainly what the articles say. She got robbed and got murdered in a bad part of town. But
And
Um,
was she employed at the university at the time that the artifact happened and the journal entry was made?
she was, yeah, she was, and her it does list that her former assistant, Dr. Junie Volsang, I'll put that in chat as well, has continued her research. Um, and is currently with a team of archaeologists from the university at uh, at a dig on Beck's World.
Oh, that's that. I remember Beck's World. That sounds familiar.
I don't know why that would sound familiar. Yeah.
Well, I feel like that gives us a lot to go on. Let's see.
It gives us quite a bit to go on. More than nothing.
I mean, if we can get into person with this Dr. Junie Volsang, me being an alum and you experiencing the same thing that Professor Ujinka experienced, I feel like Junie might be very interested in what you have to say. We might be able to exchange information. Let me see where this
Probably.
Beck's World's at.
Is it
And
back in the
I'll
Trojan Reach?
Uh, it is. I'll save you guys some time. Focus ping, yeah. It is close. It is
Oh,
near
okay.
Tobiah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's about 3 jump 4s away. Or it's a jump 2 jump 4s and 1 jump 3 away.
we are.
We're currently on Zaflucht, and we
Mm-hmm.
need to get to
Yeah.
Beck's World. We can
2,
hit
3. So
Chandler
we
Station
can yeah, we can jump to Chandler Station.
and then refuel there, hit Tunnerad, and then we can go directly to it
Yep. Hey, it's
after.
handy. We just happen to got this jump 4 ship.
Yeah.
It's almost like destiny.
Yeah.
Now we just have to figure out how to take this ship up there. I don't know what they're going to be putting us on as a mission. You know, if we're heading the other direction, can we go that way? Do we want to involve them in this, or do we want to keep this to ourselves for now?
I mean, this is an Imperium type thing, and we're going into the Imperium. So, I mean, maybe we could just ask, like,
Um,
think we'd get in trouble if we asked, like, hey, is there anything that happening that might take us into the Imperium? Any jobs or anything that they want us to do?
I'm wondering if we almost don't just put our case together and sit down with them. I mean, they're this is a deep space research company, and we're talking about effects of an ancient artifact. Um, like this is in their wheelhouse.
It is in their
If
wheelhouse,
they
but
put
it also kind of outs me as being psionic because
no,
they
there's nothing. There's nothing about this Professor Ujinka being psionic, is there?
Nothing you guys read.
So I actually don't think this was necessarily because you were. I mean, maybe it's because you're psionic, but maybe you somehow came into contact with one of these artifacts and we just don't know where or when. Like, I mean, this may not have anything to do with your psionics in the end.
I mean, Eamon did tell me that he's had the same ones, the same dreams.
Well, maybe this artifact, maybe it's a thing that gives people, maybe it was technology that gave non-psionic people psionic capabilities.
If you get psionic capabilities, that would be pretty cool.
But we don't have to divulge you're a scion. We can just say that you had the same vision. We did the research and we found this person. We didn't know why you had the vision. It just kind of came out of nowhere. But now we're thinking you came in touch with one of these artifacts. And, you know,
We
we
could do
get
that.
information from the doctor and we discover whatever this artifact is or whatever this planet is for deep space. I mean, I feel like that's pretty good for them, right?
Yeah.
And then if they say no to giving us direct backing for it, then maybe they'll give us a yes to sending us a mission in that direction and letting us, do a pit stop for some of our own stuff, as long as we're funding that part of it.
Yeah. Maybe. No, I mean, let's do it.
All right. Do we want to pick up next time with you guys negotiating with Deep Night?
That
Yeah.
sounds great because I might want to use luck for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. The third is the third. How does that look for everybody?
It's open for me.
Looks good to me.
Yep, same here.
Justice. All right. Well, excellent. Well, I'll see you all in a couple weeks.
Sounds good. See you guys then.
Yep. See
Cool.
y'all then.
All right. Well, you all have a great rest of your night.
Yep, you too.
Yep. Night, guys.
All
Y'all
right.
too.